First, I want to say to everyone who hears me, not when you hear me, never play a prank on anyone. Just don't do it, it'll cost you more. Now, here's the story. One evening I went to visit a friend of mine. First we watched some movie about aliens. After that, we got a little bored. My friend suggested making jokes on strangers, just texting nonsense to them over the phone. It seemed like a fun thing to do at the time, so we sent our first text to an unknown number. The reply came quickly, but it said that we were idiots and that we apparently had nothing better to do. This made us laugh a bit, so we sent a new message to another number. The reply didn't come for a long time, and we thought that maybe that number didn't exist. But a little while later we got a reply, and it read, "Don't play with me." We thought this was a bit funny, and we started making fun of the subscriber in question in every way possible. We didn't notice how quickly the time flew by. It was already 1 o'clock in the morning. After a couple of other messages, we decided to go to bed. Dennis went to his room, and I lay down in the hall. As soon as I got into bed, I heard a message from the very number we had recently sent messages to. "You're awake?" I wondered. But I decided to reply and wrote, "No, I'm awake." It was a fatal mistake. My phone began to burst with the number of messages from this user, and I turned my phone off. Surprised by what was happening, I went to bed, and later, did fall asleep. But about 10 minutes later, I got another message saying, "I haven't played yet." I was, of course, a little taken aback that the message came to my turned-off phone. But I figured anything can happen with technology. I went back to bed, but now I couldn't sleep, and then I got the message again, "Check on your friend." It scared the hell out of me. A chill ran down my spine, and I decided to go into Dennis's room. I opened the door a little and peeked inside. Dennis was asleep in his bed. Thinking that everything was fine, I went back to bed to my room. Then the message came again, "Look under the bed." My breath caught, and now I was scared as hell. But I decided to look under the bed. There I didn't see the mask that had originally scared me. But then I thought it was just an ordinary mask, probably Dennis's. But still, it was a little scary. I was thirsty, so I went into the kitchen. I didn't turn on the light, so as not to wake Dennis. On my way to the kitchen I stepped on something warm and wet. And it was coming from my friend's room. Opening the door, I turned on the light, but it didn't work. So I decided to light up with my phone. Then I saw on the floor the red. Dennis's mutilated face, with a horrible grin. His body was cut up. I tried to call the police, but my phone didn't work. However, it still texted, "I want to play." I realized I was alone, unclear with who or what. Then footsteps were heard from the hallway, and I didn't know what to do in terror. I hid under the bed. Saw only feet that were stained with blood. Here he came closer, and I shuddered with fear and held my breath. Just stood over the bed of my dead friend. and then walked away, wiping away my tears. I waited under the bed for a while longer, and then crawled out. That's when I got another message. I know you were under the bed, but the game will continue. A lot of time has passed since then. I have endured police interrogations, endless questions from friends and relatives, psychotherapy sessions, but I still wait with dread for him to come back and continue playing with me.